Hello, my jelly fighters. My name is Jim, and this is your daily brogue for the 28th, I believe. Not enough ones of November. Okay, so what do I feel? That seems to be a dead end. Like talking about today. Well, let's talk about the contradiction of capitalism. Now, I had just recently watched, or no, I saw the title of the video. I watched the video a long time ago, I think from the LSE, entitled The 17 Contradictions of Capitalism. And I don't think it was very interesting or useful. But I've been thinking there is something that seems to be, it may not be an X, that seems to be a real contradiction. It seems to be something that we need to worry about. I don't know if we need to worry about it, but it's at least interesting. And here's the problem. Remember last time we said that, or not last time, we have looked in the past at what makes for just the possibility. What is it makes for the possibility of a market economy, right? We don't really like the word capitalism too much here because its history is, you might say, checkered. It's a word that is defined by its opponents and therefore a little bit suspect as a categorization. And this is, in contrast to, need some strength. This is in contrast to something more like socialism. Right? Socialism sort of defines itself, or is defined by its proponents. And as such, you can take its tenets, if not, you can take the tenets of socialism to be what people say they are, because the socialists told you, they want to have this, that, or the other thing. Now, different socialists want different things, of course. So you can't just say, I know what socialists like. They like me, right? Sort of like that old 80s song. I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what socialists like. because they told me so. So that's a perfectly reasonable thing to take as given, right? If you tell me this is what you believe, it's perfectly reasonable to believe you, right? Lots of crap. There's some more. There's some potions. That will help me with the crap. So, we do take capitalism as with a grain of salt, right? Somebody was just complaining that rich people in the 1700s, were I think this is the right place to do it. P life, Q strength. Okay, so I've got lots of options for, let's see. It's a good charm. Hopefully I'll find some stuff to use with. Didn't really like any of the other guys. Okay, let's enchanting anything to enchant the haste charm. Hell is sanctuary, and I is identify. What shall we identify? G. Not good. Probably not great. Let's try this X. So we want to, the X didn't do anything awful. We want to sort of discuss. There we go. What I think are the inherent well, I don't think it's an inherent contradiction, because that means a different thing, right? This is something specifically Marxist, right? And as you may recall, I think the best use of the word Marxist is a way to make sure whether or not you're dealing with a science or something that's not a science. It's not required that there be anything to replace science in there, but in general, if you can say something like, this is Marxist, if you can use Marxist as an adjective, which is where some of these things would actually, if you can use Marxist as an adjective, then you're not dealing with the science. I mean, sometimes life is easy. Okay, this is super bad. Okay. Something. Normally it would be the wand, but I haven't found anything that. Okay, the other one's +0. Here. So you'll remember there were, well, you'll think, right, there are two basic things you have to remember about capitalism. One is how people must act to do well, and why people would act that way. Oh well, did not get through. Really poor stuff here, but depth 6 is my limit, so we'll get back to this again.